Hi y'all, Innate Illumination, Macy here, coming to you from my humble abode, my van. As some of you know, I recently made the move from Kansas to Utah, 18 hours away from the hometown that I grew up for the first 33 years of my life. And yeah, I moved through that portal. So I am here to relay a channeled message. So I'll go ahead and just set the tone. Chokurei, opening up and activating the energy. Sai, Heki. And yeah, may each one of us be protected during this transmission and during this transition, and Hon Shaze Shonen, 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 Hon Shaze Shonen. May this message reach who it is meant to, and may it only be shown to those who are open, available, and ready to receive it. And I had a feeling this would fall. It fell before, so my mop painting representing the Placidus astrological placement of my ascendant sign, although just 24 hours ago, I have been looking into sidereal astrology, and I'm finding that this current version of me is resonating the most with that. Like how Vedic astrology feels like I'm tapping into past versions of me, or like ancient versions of me. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with these, because I had them on my ceiling, just put them up yesterday. My sun sign already fell when I found my sidereal sun is not that of Aquarius, and I had to breathe with that, because the specific placement that I found my sidereal sun is in is a lot to take in. So yeah, I'm wondering if I share these with the world, because I'll go ahead and start the channeled message. What's been coming through loud and clear is the gift economy. This has been coming through in many different ways, through two specific books, The Story of Bee that I just finished, and The Serviceberry, both talking about how the way in which the economy has tried to keep up in this idea of scarcity, through the lens of scarcity, and how just changing the perspective to abundance and sharing with one another can be super powerful, and how that actually affects the economy in a positive way. It reminds me of the story of heaven and hell, where you walk into one door. In the first room, people are eating with super long spoons, and they're trying to feed themselves, but the spoons are too long, so they're all starving because it can't reach their mouths. And in the next room, everyone's eating from the same spoons, except they're feeding one another, and no one's starving, and everyone is abundant and full. And that is the best and shortest way to describe what a gift economy is like. And I've been surrounding myself around gift economies since I've been here, when it comes to going to local farmers markets, and even getting inspired to create my own version of what a gift economy can be like, and immersing myself in that, getting to know local farmers and creators and things like that. And this is my dream. So this is what I am moving into. And yeah, that is one of the biggest things. I'm going to do an astrology update as well. And I will also be creating a breathwork practice in relation to this. My breathwork practices are going to be shorter now, just because it does take a lot of time and energy, and I want people to get a snippet of what it's like to breathe with the planets, to experience astro breathing, and to connect to the celestial energies of their personal blueprint in connection to what's happening currently in the astros. And so yeah, I'm going to make them briefer, but still super powerful. And so it gives people a little snippet of what they can experience on a one-on-one session with me. Also, my one-on-one sessions have gone 50% off for the time being, because that's just what aligns with me right now. Alright, so first things coming through. There's nothing wrong with you. You're living in a time where everything is shifting and changing so much, and a lot of people move through soul deaths throughout our lives. About every 7 years, we move through the completion of a chakra or an energy center, and if there hasn't been something that has been integrated properly, then there's trouble, there's issues with that. I didn't integrate my first 4 chakras until later on in my life, and so it's never too late, let me tell you that, number one. Number two, there is nothing wrong with you. I feel like so many people out there are moving through a voice inside their head or an inner critic that tells them that they're not good enough or they don't deserve it. And guess what? You do. And the moment that you tell yourself that you do deserve more, continuing to be grateful and ask for more, continuing to be grateful and know that you're moving towards more abundance, continuing to be grateful and knowing what you're meant to move into, your destiny. Societal norms of having things figured out at 18 and being pushed into something when there hasn't been time to discover what lies within you is barbaric. Some people may know. They're 6, 7, 8-year-olds, even younger, that have reincarnated into this body that know and are like super duper good at playing piano or some type of musical instrument or singing or whatever it is. So it's not to say that oh, my water's in the front seat. It's not to say that there aren't some that don't have that do have it figured out. But for the most part, when people are moving through institutions that keep them in a box or tell them who they need to be or give them a specific value of worth that's not based on something that they resonate with, then a lot of people get lost. And so it's pretty natural to go on this journey of getting lost before you get found or before you find yourself again. Let life be this journey. You don't have to figure it out. Listen to your heart and let it guide you. Security doesn't have to mean staying in one place. You get to choose how freely you move throughout this life. Okay? So here are some of the random signs I've been getting. Ooh, what do I want to go with first, though? Do I want to go with astrology update? Let's go with signs. Yellow cars everywhere. And when I see yellow cars, it's a sign of the solar plexus. It's a sign of the fire chakra. It's a sign of moving into one's power, standing in one's determination, will, their fire, and expressing anger in a way where it's conducive. Like saying, hey, I feel like you were being a little critical there towards me. Where is that coming from? Or maybe even just making people aware that they're misunderstanding you. Number one, being okay if in case they still continue to, and take conscious action towards what to do from there. That not everyone's going to understand who you are and what you're doing, and it's still okay to communicate and allow people to be aware that they misunderstood you, and then move on. Just move on. It's doing people a disservice by continuing to people please and not speak up. And that is still something that that is something that I am moving through. Yeah, so yellow cars everywhere, like expressing who you are as a person, as a human, as an infinite interdimensional being within a human meat sack of a body. 777, I'm seeing it everywhere. Significant shift of Uranus moving into Gemini on the 7th, on the 7-7 portal. Super significant. Oof. How often does Uranus move? Not a lot. Not too often. But yeah, Uranus. Sudden change and revolution. Moving into the curious air sign of Gemini. The one that is just a beacon of new information and learning. I myself, my Placidus moon is Gemini, and yeah. It's been windy for the last 2 days here. Just a lot of new information coming in. I'm sure you're already feeling it. If you're connecting with like new star systems, finding like where your starseed planets are, communicating with UFOs. Like I'm putting it out there. Whatever it is you're learning and discovering, like lean into that, as well as I do need to make clear that make sure not to chase the white whale. And when I say this, I mean, yes, you confirmation the wind is wow. Yeah. Make sure not to chase the white whale, and I say this because there was a time where my Gemini energy had become activated and I was beginning to get download after download after download. And if not grounded in the body and knowing when to take a rest with all of that and like actually integrate the information, not only will it not be fully integrated, it'll come back to you with a lot of Saturn energy, like karmically again and again, until it's actually integrated, or until that information is ready to present itself where you can integrate it. So, such as me discovering my sidereal astrology. I literally only looked at my sun, and then I was like, okay, it's time to go to bed. There's a version of me that would have stayed up during all hours of the night looking at all of it. But the thing is that like this journey through the zodiac chart is a lifelong journey, and I'm not meant to just go down the rabbit hole so quickly. Each person's going to be different, and each person's journey is going to be different. So take that as you will. But just remember to ground during this time, because there is a lot of fast moving energy happening. I want to say a lot of fire, a lot of air. Uranus is moving into Gemini. Like, that's huge. So with that, just remember to grounding practices, whatever that means to you. Well, yeah, my tarot reminded me that it's here. I will also be giving a tarot message to get some clarification on some of this stuff. Yeah. A lot of energy with Virgo. I've been getting a lot of Virgo energy. Every single time I stargaze, I've been stargazing on the top of my van. I always see Virgo. Virgo is just like right there. And specifically, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Spica is just there. This blue giant star. And I've had interactions with this energy and am continuing to look into it. I feel highly, highly connected to Spica. Any Spicans out there, welcome. Let's have some convos. I am highly interested in, I'm going to put that out into the universe, like drawing in the Spicans. I want to know more about the speak-ins. I feel highly connected to that starseed planet. At the same time, I connected to Arcturus, literally the same night, so I feel some type of connection there. And then I learned that Spica and Arcturus are connected to Ursa Major as the protector of the bear, or the guardian of the bear. Still integrating that information. I'm just going to put it out there, though. Virgo, the Virgin, just energy such as that. This like virgin energy, this like rebirth energy of like remembering that like a lot of planets have recently moved into Aries, which some say, okay, like this is the beginning of the zodiac, this is a baby energy, but it is just as ancient as Pisces. It's just a different energy of ancientness in a way. It's like being reborn again into the eyes of a child and into your childlike wonder, and like remembering to just like have fun and enjoy this journey of life. Like literally take a second, put down your phone, pause this video, and like take 10 breaths, whether you soften your gaze, close your eyes, or look out at the mountains or the beach or the river or wherever you are, and then just observe. Like listen to the children playing in the distance, observe the couple having a picnic, you know, just love, observe a love. Like you are a reflection of love. Go pet a dog. Like just enjoy this time, because you only have this one lifetime in this body. Yeah. Lots of car alarms. When car alarms come off, I know there's a big transition happening. I've heard like 10 in the last 2 days, like something huge is shifting. I'm getting a lot of like stepping into one's power, finding one's vibe tribe, connecting with people who you're karmically meant to connect with, growth, collaboration, love, whether it's platonic or romantic, and or yellow lights as well. I probably went through 5 different yellow lights, and whenever I'm feeling lately that it's like a portal's closing and you just made it through. Like you just made it through, my love, or you're making it through right as it's closing. Yeah. Lots of dragonflies. The story of the dragonfly, it spends most of its life underwater. If you feel as if you've been drowning for quite some time, or you have had trouble keeping your head above water, dragonflies at some point in their lives then go above water, chillax on a branch until they have the wingspan to fly. So like, my love, you are on this journey. Wherever you are in this journey, continue just to keep going. Show up every day. Show up every single day. It reminds me of the quote, or some type of quote, don't quote me on this. Like I asked God for a rainbow, and God brought me rain. Like, just remember that. Just keep showing up, because the rainbow is there. It exists. Yeah. I've been seeing caterpillars. I feel like there's this energy of like, you're beautiful as you are, even as a caterpillar. Like, caterpillars already have the energy of the butterfly within them. They are on this journey, and they will become a butterfly no matter what. So just remember that. Remember that you are a butterfly. You just may be at a different place than other butterflies. You know what I mean? And if you're seeing a lot in your reflective reality around you, and you're seeing people succeeding, you're seeing people like build a business, you're seeing people around you, it's because it's a reflection of what you are becoming, or who you already have become. Baby hawks, Whenever I see a baby bird attempting to fly, oof. I saw one last year, a blue jay. It was like growing into one's voice. This time, it was two baby hawks. When I am approached by a hawk, it for me is a lot of sun energy. It's a lot of stepping into one's power, one's fire, one's expression. Don't be afraid to fall. This baby hawk was crying. Both of them were crying for their mom. There were people around them that were keeping them from being fed. Like, it definitely was a sign for me of reminding me of like who I surround myself around and who I choose to give my energy to. As well as not being afraid to fall. This baby hawk, right before we left, I could tell that they were just having extreme anxiety because we were there and they really needed us to not be there. And so like 2 hours before we left, I went to the base of the tree and set a rock at the tree and said, "You are safe. We're leaving soon. It's going to be okay." And not but 30 seconds later, a baby hawk came down on a branch, attempted to fly, fell onto the ground, and tried again and again. And when we left camp and had to go back for something that we had forgotten, the baby hawk was in a completely different tree and had flown. So don't be afraid to fall. Like, any person who is successful has failed multiple times before succeeding. You will never get to where you're going if you're not afraid to fall. Or if you are afraid to fall. Correction. If you are afraid to fail, like, then nothing's going to happen. Like, if you continue to be in this waiting room of doing nothing. When I came out here to Utah, I don't have a built-out van. I don't have AC. I don't have a thermoelectric... I mean, I have a thermoelectric cooler now. I don't have the... a big enough charger to charge it. I don't have the converter for it because the person that sold it to me didn't have it anymore, but I got it at discount. I got it $50 off because I spoke up, you know. This is a journey in itself in building up my home. I call my van Moby because it's based off of the story of Moby Dick, and it reminds me that I don't need to chase the white whale. I don't need to chase the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is within me and it's all around me. It's just a matter of tapping into it, and home is where my heart is. And that's Moby. Moby is where my heart is. I don't chase the white whale. I am the white whale. Ravens, or the Raven constellation, lots of Raven, lots of third eye energy, the three-eyed Raven. There's a lot of third eye energy. Veils are dropping when it comes to politics, when it comes to land, when it comes to ancient ways, when it comes to tapping into Akashic records, past life regressions, connecting with your soul tribe, connecting with starseed energy and planets, connecting with guardian angels, all of it. Full moon in Sagittarius recently, man, it's just brought a lot of creative energy, as well as honoring the moon cycles and knowing that we're approaching a new moon, and to honor the resting stage. Honor the resting stage. Yeah. There's a blackbird right now I'm looking at that is just waiting for the wind to drop an acorn from a tree, knowing innately that it will. And that if it doesn't, it's just going to continue to pick at what's on the ground. Just this innate knowledge of allowing the universe to do as it will and be at its will. Coming back full circle to the gift economy, it's this energy of like, what has been created isn't working anymore, where it never honored the ancient ways of being at the universe's will. If a village starved, it was because they didn't catch enough meat. and everyone suffered together. It wasn't individual. If everyone is abundant, then they're abundant together. And I feel like this is what a gift economy is. Resources can be spread a lot more. And yeah, it's in having what we need at all times that has created this scarcity mindset where at any time we just get what we need. But the thing is we don't always need it. There's something really beautiful about what Erin does at TLK in Maine, where she is so part of a gift economy, and whether she's aware of it or not, is honoring how our ancestors lived when it comes to living off of the land in a way where if she ordered like a giant fish to feed that week's dinners and it didn't come because they didn't catch it, she pivots. And I feel like the way in which she not only has a relationship with local farmers and creators and all of that, it's that and her honoring what she has around her, and we can all live from that mindset. And it's super powerful. I found that as I've begun to shop at local farmers markets and meet new people who harvest honey from bees, who harvest vegetables and fruits and all of that, I'm beginning to become even more one with this circle of life, with the trees, with the bugs, the birds, with the mycelium, the fungi, all of it. And it's beautiful. And we all have the capacity and the capability of doing so. Is it going to look different from someone in Colorado than from someone in Arizona, than from someone in Maine to someone in Florida to someone in Washington? Yes, but that's the beauty of it. It can be different, but the way in which we come into oneness with it is all the same. There are many different rivers that lead to the same ocean. What else? Jupiter's moving to Cancer. The planet of expansion moving into the watery energy of home, of what my Placidus South Node energy is placed at. Yeah, feelings of home, like whether that's triggering, whether that's comforting, whether it's a mixture of the two. Expanding into creating what home is for us. And that's what I feel like I'm doing now. Like, home is where my heart is. Home is where Moby is. And that will also evolve and change. Recently, I'm focusing a lot on creating a family and stepping into the version of me that is a mother. Yeah. The expansion of creating home wherever your heart is, redefining what home means for you. Yep, covered all that. And yeah, that's really it. I'm feeling a lot of expansion happening, clearly. I mean, I moved through a massive portal, physically, energetically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the things. I'm going to take a breath and integrate this message and finish it out with a tarot reading. Bottom of the deck, the frog. Two of them. I saw a frog 2 nights ago. Ooh, and on the top of the deck, Libra. Interesting. Yeah. Finding a balance. And also connecting with the ancient ways, things that the venom of a frog can definitely show us. And it's not always in licking a frog to get us there. Like, there are many different ways to tap into this energy. Any clarification on really any part of this message? Also, the recent move of Saturn into Aries, like, ooh, is anyone feeling this heat? I am in southern Utah, right above the Arizona border, and I hear it gets up to about 118. It's gotten up to about 108 so far, so this is the kind of heat that I did not grow up with, although I grew up with humidity. So yeah, any... Any clarification on this message? Let's see, what did I want to get clarification with earlier? Yeah, with this recent move of Uranus into Gemini, clarification, any supportive messages, anything that literally falls out. It's got to fall out, yo. For real. That's a lot. I'm going to redo. Okay. This was in a reading a while back, ametrine and citrine, so encouraging you to tap into your crown chakra as well as your solar chakra, your fire and connection with divine energy. Like, how are you expressing yourself in a way that's unapologetic, in a way that's unicorn-esque, that's very unique to you. Not everyone has to get what you're doing and who you are and who you're becoming and all of that. 13, man. If you identify as a witch, yeah, I feel called to share what it's like for me to be a witch, what it's like for me to be called to be a curandera, and that there's this shift in understanding of society and how they look at witches, that it doesn't need to be anyone who is looked down upon. It's an ancient way of healing, that people came to these individuals for healing when they were sick, whether it was physical, emotional, spiritual, all of the above. It's all connected. I am greater than my habits is the affirmation of this card. Not to be confused with amethyst, ametrine is distinguished by its purple and yellow colors. The combination of amethyst and citrine together brings the properties of both wisdom and protection to the forefront. Even though we may not think it, we all have some type of habit that we would benefit from removing from our life, whether it's eating junk food or spending a little too much time on social media. There's a better substitute that we could be turning to. Ametrine is here to support you in the process of overcoming what no longer serves you and finding ways for you to channel your time and energy in more productive and beneficial ways. Pick up a book the next time you reach for your phone, or look for a more natural alternative to your favorite snack. The hardest part is acting on change, but the universe has faith in you and will stand by you the whole way. Journal prompt: what are a few habits that I can improve upon? When I first began to change the way I ate, it was hard. It was super hard, and I know it took me a while to find alternatives. And now I just like whip up together some amaranth chickpea salmon cakes and like eyeball it and call it a day. Did that take a few years for me to get there? Yes, but like I wouldn't take it back. And some of the ways in which these are initiated, if not chosen, the universe does like a slap in the face moment where, such as in my case, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease of lupus, and quite literally forced to make these changes. So Saturn likes to just work its way in there and karmically shift you if you haven't already made that choice. So just small steps, y'all. Also, I feel called to hold space for anyone who's moving through that, whether that's beginning to offering teas that I will be putting out there soon. More info on that soon. And also holding space for people to connect with their astrological innate intuitive wisdom that each person has, and each person has like a thumbprint, individual, very unique energy and gifts that they can bring to this world. And I feel called to hold space for people to connect with their prana, their life force through the breath, through their astrological blueprint, so that they can move into their dharma, their destiny, their life's purpose, and live in alignment with that. Any other messages with that? So yeah, there's going to be a lot of information coming through with Uranus moving into Gemini and just honoring your fire. There's a lot of energy in Aries right now, a lot of fire energy. If you get angry, practicing. It's a practice for a reason. It's an over and over again kind of thing to practice this. My computer is about to die, so we'll see, how long this is meant to go. I'll probably be done with this soon. The dragon. How to Train Your Dragon. This looks like Toothless. Yeah, we just ended the year of the dragon, and I feel like the year of the snake that we're in now brings forth the energy of, it's bringing me back to Virgo again. The South Node is in Virgo. The South Node is something to release as well as integrate, because the tail never leaves the dragon, the tail of the snake never leaves the snake, but it is something to be shed. And it is something to be shed. I am brave is the affirmation of this card. The South Node of Virgo, this energy to shed, I'm getting like shedding the need to be perfect. Don't be afraid to fall. Go for it anyway. Record this in the back of your van. Record this at a random park. Record this wherever you feel called to. It doesn't have to be perfect. People will resonate and be attracted to the energy once you put it out regardless. Against the rocky cliffs of the mountainside, dragon rests peacefully with the crashing shore blissfully ringing in its ears. Its iridescent scales catch glimmers of sunlight and sprinkle the cave in an array of rainbows. Dragon is often misunderstood, but it pays no mind to the thoughts of others. It has done too much work to let the fears of others be a distraction. Your work, dear one, is not done yet. There is much for you to learn and overcome, because no matter how old we get, there is always a lesson to be learned or shared. What Dragon is here to remind you, however, is that you are strong. You are strong enough to learn the lessons you need to in this life, and are not defined by what others say or the fear that they may try to instill in you. You are a child of divine love, and Dragon will accompany you on your journey to keep you safe, and it may even throw a rainbow or two your way to remind you of how magical you are. Journal prompt: what are some positive things I can remind myself of when times get hard? Story time. I was on my last day of internship and out in the wilderness. I am a wilderness mentor guide on 16 days out of the month, and one of the last things that you have to do is go and camp alone. And there was a huge storm, and it was really intense. And I got my shelter and my tent up just in time, and had to continue to collect firewood to dry it around the fire of the sticks that I had already collected. And it was crazy and intense. And as the sun set, the storm cleared and a huge rainbow was shown. So through all of this hardship, just remember that as long as you stay true to yourself and you have this knowing and being grounded in who you are, and that you're moving in your purpose, to your purpose, towards your purpose, through your purpose, whatever that is, no matter what anyone says or does, continue to stay true to yourself. No, you don't have to completely shut everyone out, but just know that before I made this shift, there were a lot of people who didn't believe in me. There were a lot of people who were telling me what I should be doing, and I continued to move towards what I felt called to do, and I wouldn't take that back. I have no regrets on it, and I am exactly where I'm meant to be. Any other clarification here on this message as we close this out? The Raven. What did I say, y'all? The Raven for 4, some grounding energy. Also 8 energy, some witch energy, some curandera energy. I see the path forward is the affirmation on this card. The mysterious raven has come to deliver a prophecy, but have no fear, as Raven is a powerful spiritual ally. A messenger between the realms, this bird of the night is wise in ways of magic in the universe. You are being reminded to tap back into your spiritual practice. Raven speaks to the importance of connecting with your guides for even a few minutes every day. Make time to incorporate meditation, journaling, or connecting with your oracle deck so you allow time and space for the divine guidance to stream in. Miracles appear in the smallest of moments, and the third eye is like a fine-tuned instrument. Spending time tuning in with your intuition and deepening your practice will lead you in the right direction. Journal prompt: what are a few quick ways that you can incorporate your spiritual practice into your daily routine? This is a great reminder for me as well. I would like to continue doing yoga. It gets really hot really quick, so it's, some time taken in the shade that I'll have in the next few hours before an event that I'm going to, and just taking time to do that, taking 10 deep breaths, journaling, writing down your dreams. Like, if you feel as if you don't have a lot of time, take 10 minutes out of your day, take an hour out of your day, take 30 minutes out of your day to breathe, take a walk, do some yoga, do some meditation, get in the pool, go and do something that connects you with your guides. Ask your guides too. Come to me in my dreams, connect with your oracle deck and all of that. Like, what can you do that strengthens your third eye? As well as there are some things you can do. You can oil pull with coconut oil and other oils. You can use a tongue scraper, which decalcifies the third eye. There are many different ways. You can Google decalcifying your third eye. And with that being said, I will close this off. I am going to be adjusting my schedule since I will be available 12 days out of the month for astro breathing one-on-one sessions. And this is a way for you to connect with your intuitive innate wisdom through the stars. And we will connect with your personal birth chart and connect it with whatever is going on currently in the astros. I also offer an 8-month immersive journey, and I just cut that 50% off for an extended period of time. And this is a bi-weekly one-on-one immersive journey of connecting through Reiki, astro breathing, crystal healing, breath work, all sorts of good stuff. And if you are interested, you're more than welcome to book a free 30-minute connection call with me. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much for being here. You got this. You are a unique dragon. You are a unique raven. Always listen to your heart. It is where your inner home is at. Peace and love, y'all. Until next time.